Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we've got extremely sad news about Boyce. Unlike yesterday, he's got a lot worse, and I mean a lot worse.
Yeah, he's very poorly. He's had to go to the vets. He's presently at the vets at the moment, and we're waiting on hearing the news. We believe it to be poisoning from daffodils.
Yes, because Boyce has been in the garden sneaking, like eating daffodil bulbs or whatever they're called. And they are poisonous for dogs.
Yes.
And what are the symptoms he's had?
Well,
in fact, I've sent my mum a message on WhatsApp. So is it fine that I go on your phone and read them the message?
Yes, it is. Your boy for asking.
So guys, it's an extremely long message as you can see, but yeah. So basically guys, Boyce has not been acting himself, as you know, recently. He has been vomiting, drinking a lot more. No, he has been, vomiting, drinking a lot more, wobbling as well, struggling to walk, having bad balance. My uncle got home early today. Well, which was yesterday I wrote it. And I've continued to it today of what's happened today and that. And what's happened since it started early today. And he called Boyce at least 9 times. And he didn't come downstairs, which he normally would.
Oh, bless him.
And he'd come and give a load of cuddles.
Oh, poor Boyce.
There was no response from him, so my uncle went upstairs to see him. And Boyce was at the wall in the bathroom, staring at the wall. He has also not been going into my cousin's room recently. And when he did last go in her room, he refused to go on her bed, and he just started staring. And he just, he just stared at the curtains, looking completely terrified, and tried to get away from the curtains and came out of my cousin's room. This has been happening since we went on holiday, and he normally loves going to one of my other family members' houses to see them. Well, my uncle's mum's family. Also, that's just say my uncle's mum. Yeah. Because he had to go for a week because we all went on holiday, but he didn't settle very well. He was acting really weird, but before that holiday, we went in Bournemouth on the 13th of July with my two cousins. Well, my two cousins went on holiday for a week in Greece, so Boyce was extremely happy that they was back a week later. But the day after, me and my two cousins, my auntie and my uncle, went for a 1 week holiday in Bournemouth. Boyce also had to go to the vets in Systone yesterday, which was, I think, the other day, because this bit was from a few weeks ago. And it was about at 5 o'clock, and there was a Rottweiler he walked past. But Boyce has a thing where he attacks, bites, growls, snarls and chases after other dogs. But with this one, he just walked past the dog without even doing any of that, and didn't even look at it.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't even look at the dog.
Oh.
So afterwards, he had a thermometer to check his temperature, and he went mental because he didn't like thermometers anywhere on him.
Poor Boyce is not.
And they checked Boyce for a... Hold on. They checked Boyce for... Let me just see. They checked Boyce for stomach bug and they found nothing wrong with.
Bless you. Bless you.
Within, which meant to say with him, or slash say, yeah, within his left ear, and he didn't have anything wrong with his ears or anything wrong with his mouth, but he potentially ate some poisonous flowers in the garden the other day and today, and he also might have an infection and he potentially could be going vets again, which is very bad news. But I wrote this yesterday, but I've had it from the past few weeks, and he's at the vets now, and he also might have an infection and he potentially could be going vets again and have checks for infections, diseases or viruses to see if he has cancer, a brain tumour or a pituitary tumour, which Woodrow had.
Yeah.
And Henry had, I think.
It's really sad.
Or if he's going blind and losing his vision in his eyes and having eyesight issues, but none of this is looking good. He's also been walking sideways round the house, not looking at us, not barking, snarling or anything that he usually does. So if it is a tumour, my auntie is not willing to see Boyce suffer, struggle and go through pain. So he potentially may have to get put down. And if you don't know what that means, Boyce will no longer be alive. So he'll need to be put to sleep at the vets. So I wrote, may have to get put down or put to sleep in the vets. But the depressing thing about this is we all love Boyce so much to the moon and back. And from the bottom of our hearts, he's priceless to all of us. And bearing in mind, Boyce is almost 11 years old, which is equivalent to 71 human years in a human being, and he has got the symptoms of a pituitary tumour or a brain tumour in a dog. But there is things he has not stopped doing, like scrounging for food and actually walking around the house occasionally, but he is mostly laying in my auntie and uncle's bed upstairs, and he's not been coming downstairs much at all, and he's only starting to feel worse and worse, and the things he could have are heartbreaking. And Boyce has got lots of skin tags on him and around his body, but the main one he had was on the end of his, of his back legs, and it had been there for absolutely ages, probably since he was a puppy. But my auntie told me the other day that that exact skin tag and that one only has mysteriously disappeared.
Has it?
Yes, it has. And none of us have pulled it off him or done anything with it, but I used to find it satisfying playing with the skin tags, but I wouldn't be rough with them. I just felt them because I find it relaxing with his skin tags for sensory and to feel relaxed. But when this happened, I hadn't felt any of his skin tags for days, so it's so strange, weird, odd and scary, because that skin tag coming off him, he could have lost loads of blood and bled out. So there could have been a very dangerous and serious life-threatening impact. And he has also been slightly bleeding on the bed. And yesterday, instead of using the toilet outside in the back garden, he had a wee in the house on the kitchen floor. But also recently, he has been sniffing the floor a lot. But a few weeks ago, he also started eating stuff out of the bins in my auntie's bedroom, for example. Sanitary towels, which are really dangerous and could really get stuck in his stomach.
Not good for him either.
No. Which could have got stuck in his stomach, and if so, it's probably still stuck in his stomach now, which could be causing blockages like constipation. And it's also not been wanting to go out for walks round the block when he normally gets very excited, starts whimpering when he gets told. You read the rest.
Where have we got to, Evan?
When he gets told that he's going on a walk, I think.
Whereabouts is that?
In fact, I'll read it. But he's not been going out for any walks at all, other than one, which was when we got back from holiday, which he walked round the park with us, and he seen another dog. But with this dog, he just looked at it, sat down, and didn't do anything. When normally he would go after the dog and probably bite it, growl at it, attack it, snarl, and potentially kill it. Because Boyce hates other dogs other than Winnie, because Winnie's been the dog he's always been with. And I wrote, because that's how much he normally hates dogs, but he did eat toad corn on the cob the other day, and that could have got stuck in his stomach, because apparently he ate the whole thing. And when he's been downstairs, he's not been like playing with his bone or chewing tennis balls up in the house. Instead, he's just laid down on the carpet, chilling out and doing nothing. Not even going round in a circle continuously and trying to chase his tail or after his tail. But hopefully soon we will find out and get told by a vet or anything like that what he's been diagnosed with and why he's been acting like this. Or most importantly, him having a 100% complete recovery, so he is completely better and go back to normal Boyce, the one we know, the happy, excited, recovery well Boyce, not the sad and poorly Boyce. So hopefully Boyce's end result after all this pain and stress is a full recovery, but also at the vets, they diagnosed him with some sickness tablets. Well, diagnosed him with them.
Treat him with, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. They gave him some sickness tablets to stop him being sick and he had one the night we went to the vets, but he finished a full bowl of water in 2 minutes, but his vomit was originally orange, but he basically downed a full bowl of water in 2 minutes, and about 5 minutes later, he threw up on the living room floor, and the vomit was a clear liquid colour like water, but the few times he did actually sleep in my cousin's room, he threw up on her bed 3 times one night at the early hours of the morning. One night, and it woke her up, so she had to take him in the back garden. But the night after it happened again, he threw up twice in my cousin's bed the night after. So in total, he threw up 5 times in 2 nights.
Oh.
But little lad don't normally do that. So here's where things get worse. All over her clean bed sheets, and he kept walking into the walls this morning, and he fell down the stairs 6 times.
Oh.
And I've heard news this morning from my uncle crying his eyes out on the phone that Boyce is on his last legs potentially, and may have to get put down by the vet soon, or maybe even cremated.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know. And he urinated in the kitchen 6 times and walked into the bedside table about 20 times. And he's probably poisoned because he's ate flower bulbs and he's really struggling to swallow, and he's just pouring out phlegm all the time, and the put down might be like £400.
Oh God.
He can hardly stand up, Mum.
Yeah.
He don't recognise any of us now, and he might have really bad dementia. And my auntie said to me early this morning that I can go and see Boyce for a bit whilst I was in her room. And the reason why, she explained to me, she said, was because it might be the last time I get to see him before he gets put to sleep, at the vets.
Oh, that's really sad, Evan.
And it will also be the last time I see him before he's dead and no longer alive or with us anymore.
Oh.
So the final decision would have been is we are going to get him put down at the vets, and his mind has completely gone. Blind. His mind's gone blind, and he can't hold his bladder anymore, and his body is slowly shutting down because we are not willing to see him go through pain or suffering, and he is extremely confused. He don't know where he is or where he's going, but it will cost thousands of pounds to save his life, potentially save his life, unless there's nothing that will cure it. My nanny was willing to pay me auntie £368 for his potential blood test, and for the last few hours he's been gasping for breath. He's acting like he's stoned, and he's too poorly to even wear his collar. But before he potentially gets put down, we need to give him the blood tests and find out what's wrong with him, because Boyce has lived with my aunt, my uncle and my 2 cousins since one of my cousins was a baby. I have felt that depressed about the whole situation, the entirety of this morning and the past few days, obviously, when I kissed him on the head and said goodbye to him until I get back to potentially see him later or tonight, which is today. I felt physically choked and I was a bit puffed out because we have all had so many good memories with Boyce since we've had him, and also all morning I couldn't stop thinking about him, and it gave me a little bit of a headache. And he don't know what he is doing at all, and he keeps headbutting stuff. We potentially only have 2 more days with him. He has completely deteriorated, but Winnie might not have that long left either. But that is just old age. She's almost 14, Mum.
I know she is.
But
She's
Winnie
old
is
and
completely
Boyce,
healthy, other than having a few lumps all over and the skin tags, and not poorly at all. And when he has the blood tests done, we will take it from there. But for the past few days, we have caught him digging up daffodil bulbs in the back garden, and he could have ate them and made himself really ill. So we don't want to risk him being put down unless he did that. He's been acting like he has either dementia, Alzheimer's, memory loss, or wet brain. If that's all that's if all that's what's it called, I can barely speak. And we've just found out he's got most of the symptoms of being poisoned by the daffodil bulbs, because he was crunching something in the back garden the other day. It must have been them, and ever since he has been intoxicated and poisoned by the daffodil bulbs. And the vet said that the poison from that could kill Boyce, but he has also been tripping out and drooling all around the house, which means urinating around the house, and panting and drinking lots more water than usual. He also will need an injection potentially, so he will need to also go to the vets today, which is today, and he needs to go to surgery today at the vets and have his stomach pumped. But if none of these things happen, like injections or anything, Boyce will die.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know.
Poor Boyce.
Because this morning, all morning, guys, I felt so deeply depressed about... Hold on, answer in a minute, in a minute, Mum.
Who was it?
Hold on, Mum, let me finish this video first, but yeah. In fact, go and take the call upstairs.
Who is it?
My auntie. Go and take the call upstairs.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys.
Hi Claire, you alright?
The whole situation has drained us this morning, and it's drained us throughout all of it. We've been drained. Me auntie and uncle have been crying literally all morning. My auntie feels deeply depressed. So does my uncle, so does me cousin and both my cousins and I, obviously. And this morning when I said bye-bye to him, but he's not been put down yet, and I hope he don't have to be in that way. I hope he does not get put down. I just hope he makes a full recovery, and yeah, I hope he gets 100% better, and I hope there's a cure for it to completely get rid of it for good. And yeah, he's potentially going to have to get put down, but we've had Boyce for like 8 years now, or something like that. And the last thing I want to have by this year is Boyce being put down, because there's so many things that have happened this year to me as well, like twisting my ankle, bumping my head, and if Boyce is gone, that's going to make it much worse. But this is more serious than most of the things that's happened to me this year. It's the most depressing because, guys, you obviously know that Henry and Woodrow... I can't even talk. Guys, I had to leave this morning. I had to leave her house this morning to go to my nanny's. And when I said bye to him and gave him that kiss on the head, it just choked me out. I was struggling a little bit for breath, but in a depressed kind of way. I almost cried. So, yeah, Boyce is the most priceless dog to us. So is Winnie, but I don't know if Winnie has long left. Because it's like, she's like 14 nearly, and we've had her ages. But we saved Winnie from... My auntie saved Winnie. They went through the truck of saving Winnie from a dog cage or something. Like ages ago, like 12 years ago or something. And, yeah, they've had Winnie for ages. And the sad thing is, Winnie was locked in a kennel or something, really ill, that had been attacked by other dogs and left by the owners and just abandoned, malnourished, unfit, unhealthy, and was in the state to have to be put down. That day, my auntie found but she refused to have to put down because it was too depressing, and she took Winnie home with her to save her. And they thought that Winnie had been on her last legs then, but she's still alive now, and she's nearly 14, so she's been through it all as well. But Boyce, I just pray that he stays alive. It's just depressing to see this happen. And oh my god, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get in the kitchen and try and get some air. This is just... You guys obviously know that I've done a video about Woodrow, if not more than one video about Woodrow's death. But that was a rat and he was priceless, but Boyce is as well. And hopefully Boyce don't die. I hope he does not die. Guys, I'm going to have to end this video soon, because if I don't... It's just so upsetting. My auntie and uncle are in tears, that all of us are devastated about the whole thing. And none of us could cope if Boyce had to get put down. Even my auntie said this morning, if she put him down any day, about the flower thing, she'd never forgive herself because of the flower petals in the garden or anything like that, for putting him down just for being poisoned or something. But his eyes have been like changed. The colour of his eyes have changed. He's not looking in the right direction for anything, and oh my god, I nearly dropped my phone then. Guys, I'm going to end this video now, but please leave some comments to pray Boyce good recovery, a full 100% recovery. But yeah, I'll see you all in the next video.